What does Jennifer Lawrence have to say about the cheating rumors that have been going around? Was HBO's The Idol really cut short 1 week early? And why did a fan throw their mother's ashes on stage at a Pink concert? I'm gonna answer all the questions in this video, so stick with me. Alright, so Jennifer Lawrence just confirmed to Andy Cohen that she never hooked up with Liam Hemsworth when he was with Miley Cyrus. Andy asked her about it during a game of Plead the Fifth on Watch What Happens Live. He brought up Miley's song Flowers and explained that there was a lot of talk that the music video was referencing a secret fling that she had with Liam while he was with Miley. In response, Jennifer flat out denied the rumors. She said, "Not true, we all know we only kissed one time and it was years after they broke up, so I just assumed that it was a coincidence." She referenced her 2015 admission on that same talk show, where she admits to kissing her Hunger Games co-star off camera. She said, "Liam and I grew up together, Liam's real hot, what would you have done?" Now, Jennifer admits that when she sees rumors about herself on the internet, she gets tempted to send out a tweet, but she can't because she doesn't have her own Twitter or Instagram account. Of course, this must be really frustrating. She said, "If 5 people at a party think you slept with somebody's boyfriend, it's really upsetting. And then you multiply it by, I'm not good at the math, 8 billion, and obviously you get a different result." These rumors have been going around for years, but it only amped up when the music video for Flowers was released, which showed Miley strutting around the Hollywood Hills in a slinky gold dress. Right away, fans pointed out that her dress resembled the gold dress by Jennifer when she attended the Hunger Games premiere with Liam in 2012. The hype around Miley's new song began when fans noticed the release date. The single dropped on January the 13th, which was Liam Hemsworth's 33rd birthday. Of course, this could have been a simple coincidence, but when you look at the song's lyrics, it seems like it's more than that. Bruno Mars isn't credited as a sample on the song Flowers, but many people believe that his 2012 hit song When I Was Your Man was reworked to fit into Miley's breakup anthem. This pretty much makes her a lyrical genius. In Bruno Mars' song, he expresses regret about a past relationship and pretty much admits that he should have been more attentive to his ex when they were together. He sings, "I should have brought you flowers and held your hand, should have given you all my hours when I had the chance." While in Miley's version, she changes up the lyrics a bit to reflect her state of mind without Liam. She says, "I can buy myself flowers and I can hold my own hand, talk to myself for hours and say things that you don't understand." Through the music, Miley opens up about finding joy and empowerment after a painful breakup, with the chorus centering around buying yourself flowers and learning how to embrace independence. She and Liam dated on and off for about a decade, and they had a whirlwind marriage before their relationship came to an end. And they were actually together for quite a long time. They met at a very young age and first crossed paths on the set of the last song back in 2009. They fell in love during production, and at the time, Miley was quoted saying, "He really respects me for who I am because, coming from Australia, he really didn't know me as a celebrity I am here. I got to tell him about myself on my own terms and my own way. He had no preconceived notion of who I was supposed to be." But fast forward 12 years later, and she was publicly dragging Liam at one of her concerts. During her performance at Lollapalooza, Brazil, she saw a fan propose to another fan in the crowd, and then she invited them both on stage for their special moment. She wished them luck on their next chapter and said, "Honey, I hope your marriage is better than mine. Mine was an effing disaster." So it's safe to say that she feels a lot better being out of that relationship than she does when she was in it. And now, did you know that HBO's The Idol is going to be wrapping up early? Anyone who's been tuning into the show every Sunday will be wondering, how can they possibly wrap up the series in just one more episode? Because that's exactly what's happening, and it's confused a lot of people. In 2021, during the early stages of production, it was announced that season 1 will be 6 episodes. Now we're being told that it's only 5, and the reactions have said it all. The main complaint from people is that the story just hasn't actually gone anywhere yet. In order to wrap up the season, we need the plot to have moved along. And even in episode 4, we still haven't got that. On Twitter, fans wrote things like, "We need 3 more episodes to wrap everything up, not 1. And seriously, it hasn't gone anywhere. Where are they going to go in 1 episode? There are so many stories going on every which way. Some people have been speculating that the show's run was cut down due to low ratings and online backlash. So what really happened? Well, it turns out that HBO never actually took down an episode. In fact, the first season was designed to be only 5 episodes long after the creative changeover. A source close to production spoke to Decider and said the season was changed from 6 episodes to 5 episodes when Sam took over in 2022. 5 episodes is what his version of the story required. Apparently, there is still a chance the show could return for a season 2. A few weeks ago, Page Six reported that a season renewal was dead in the water, but then HBO released a statement on Twitter that said it's being misreported that a decision on a second season of The Idol has been determined. It has not, and we look forward to sharing the next episode with you Sunday. Still, when it comes to season 2, it looks like everyone is saying something something different. On the one hand, it's been claimed that it was never meant to be a long-running show. It was always supposed to be a limited series. Although a source inside HBO said that the door is definitely still open and that decision hasn't been made yet. But this is a normal part of the process because there are only a few episodes in. They said the only person who makes a decision is the head of HBO, Casey Bloys, and apparently he's optimistic. Regardless of the hate and the negative headlines, The Weeknd is also said to be very happy with the show. In a recent interview with GQ, he talked about the reactions and claimed that he was just loving it. He said, "It's definitely shaken up the culture for sure. We knew we were making something dark and controversial, but true to what we want to say." He said the discussion is healthy no matter what, and he's just happy that there's a conversation happening in the first place. But it's clear that some of the scenes in the show are still turning off viewers. In the first episode, we got the scene with the red cloth over Jocelyn's face. In the second one, we got what was called the worst in history, and in the third we got this very quick scene with a hairbrush, but the significance there was not lost on anyone. About halfway through the episode, Jocelyn finally opens up about what her mother was really like. She tells Tedros that she was physically violent towards her as a child, and many of these incidents involved a specific hairbrush that she would get hit with. For some sick reason, Tedros then asks her to get the hairbrush and bring it to him. He then proceeds to hurt her with it while the rest of the group watches on. Many viewers felt that this scene was unnecessary and it was put in the show as a way to exploit the lead character further. Alright, so what has been going on at concerts lately? Pink was performing at BST Hyde Park in London as a part of her summer carnival tour. All was going well until she had to pause her performance because a fan threw a bag of their mother's ashes on stage. Of course, the incident was all caught on video, and you can see the moment that Pink got genuinely confused about what had happened. Midway through the song, she's seen kneeling down to pick up a small package. She then says, "This is your mom? I don't know how I feel about this." She walked with the bag to the front of the stage and set it down before continuing singing. While she might have been a little creeped out at the moment, thankfully she was able to shake it off and continue her performance as though nothing had happened. But surprisingly, this isn't even the first time a musician has been dealing with someone's ashes. In 2019, Charli XCX had a viral moment at a meet and greet when one fan posed next to her with a small keychain of his mother's ashes. If you're wondering why someone would ever do such a thing, the fan later talked to Paper Magazine and explained it all. He said, "There are two reasons why I asked Charli to take the picture. One, I wanted to do something with my mom. I wanted to spend time with her and bring her along with me. And I also just thought it would be silly. I'm someone who uses humor to cope a lot, and I thought it would be a funny thing. Charli with my mom, but it's not my mom. It's just a keychain that has some of her ashes in it." The fan went on to say that Charli was shocked and surprised by the request, but she didn't seem to be horribly bothered. So it's possible that the person at the Pink concert also had the same idea too. Even if both of these people did have good intentions though, you can't really deny that there's been a decline in concert etiquette lately. Maybe it's because people have forgotten how to behave in public after the pandemic, or because they want to capture a viral moment on social media. It could also be a hunger for attention from an idol, which motivates people to act in outrageous ways. But it seems to have gotten worse somewhere around 2020. This bad behavior includes a lot of filming on phones, acting aggressively, and just throwing stuff on stage. On some occasions, it's even getting up on stage and trying to attack the performer, like what happened with Ava Max. Last week, she was slapped by a man during one of her concerts. A video from the incident went viral on social media, and it shows a random man dressed in black storming the stage and reaching out in what looked like an attempt to touch her, before getting wrapped up by a security and hauled away, although he did manage to brush her face with his hand. A fan at the show described the wild scene on Twitter and wrote, "This guy rushed on stage at the end right when the last song ended. The security guard tackled him and literally threw him down the stairs. It happened so fast, you can see here that she couldn't even open her eyes, but still did M&G. For her part, Ava took to Twitter and wrote, "He slapped me so hard that he scratched the inside of my eye. He is never coming to my show again. Thank you to the fans for being spectacular tonight in LA though." This incident took place less than 48 hours after Bebe Rexha was attacked on stage. She was taken to a New York hospital when 27-year-old Nicholas Malvana threw his cell phone at her face during one of her shows at the rooftop at Pier 17. The man was then arrested and charged for the incident, and Bebe had to get stitches above her eye as a result of the phone strike. Fans have since taken to Twitter to share their outrage over the recent events. One person wrote, "Someone jumped on stage and slapped Ava Max last night. Someone threw a phone at Bebe Rexha's head. Can we effing respect performers when they're working, please? Also, when they're not working, just respect them in general and not attack them." But it's not just violence that has been escalating. General concert etiquette has completely gone out the window. In February last year, year, Mitski shared her disdain for the prevalence of phones at concerts. In a now deleted tweet, she wrote, "I'm not against taking photos at shows, though please no flash, but sometimes when I see people filming entire songs or whole sets, it makes me feel as though we're not here together." Unfortunately, some of Mitski's more opinionated fans did not want to hear that. They called her out on her statement and claimed that mental health issues and disabilities might be the reason why people are filming. So clearly not everyone sees something wrong with it, but it does suck for the people who are genuinely there to connect with the artist. With so many phones around you, it tends to ruin the experience if you're the only one without one. So why do you guys think that fans are behaving so differently these days? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.